choo 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 choo.
Mirror, mirror on the, whatever, dude. It's a chalkboard, all right. Dry erase board, whatever. Music theory. Music theory.
Music theory?
Is you ready for this? Watch. Music theory is okay. Watch one more time. Ready? There are things in music theory that can be extremely difficult. However, you don't need to know them. The only hard stuff in music theory that anybody needs to know is if they're going to be a conductor, which I'm assuming you're not if you're coming to us, because not really the same thing. Or if you are a professor. Other than that, you know. So, here's what we do need to know. Theory lesson number 1. Intervals exist. That's it. What's an interval? Who cares? They exist, okay? Somebody's going to say the word interval at some point in your musical career. And instead of standing there and drooling out the corner of your mouth, no. Learn this now. Intervals exist. Intervals exist, okay? There's something called intervals in music. Now, we have letters in music, such as A and B and C and D and E and F and G. That's all of them. If we put numbers, then if this is number 1 and this is number 2, this is called, wait for it, if you go from 1 to 2, it's called second, because we're smart. If you go from 1 to 3, wait for it, it's called a third. If you go from 1 to 4, it's called a fourth. Now, I am going to assume that everybody's noticing a pattern right now. And while I'm assuming that, I'm just going to write these out anyway, just in case. 1 to 5 is a fifth. 1 to 6 is a sixth. Oops, a Gth. That is a Gth. And then 1 to 7 is a seventh. Now, what it means is we start with a something. I don't care what it is. Any of these letters. A something. So if I start with a B, it's number 2 right here. But if it's okay, I don't care whether it's okay or not, I'm going to do it. And that's what's cool about music. And not cool about that bug that's flying around in this room. That was bugging, it's attacking you, right?
It's attacking me.
Yeah. Okay, any letter can be number 1. Any letter can. Doesn't matter. And any time I start with a letter, if we call B number 1, and then I go from B to C, that's a second. If I go from B to D, that's a third. If I go to B to E, that's a fourth. B to F, some kind of F, is a fifth, etc., etc. So, music theory number 1 is, here's how you practice intervals. We are going to write the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, like so. If we are doing seconds, you're going to write the next letter up right next to it. So, A to B is the second, B to C is the second, C to D is the second, D to E is the second, E to F is the second, F to G is the second, and G to A are all seconds. And then we're going to write thirds and do A to C. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Then we're going to do B to D, C to E, D to F, E to G. I really should just do this first. E, F, G. It's way easier. F, A, G, B. And then we're going to do fourths, and fifths, and sixths, and sevenths. Now, there are going to be some people who are going to ask questions like, well, how do you know whether it's a major or a minor sixth? The answer is, you don't. You don't need to know it yet. Stop making it harder than what it needs to be. Learn the letters first. If you already know this, great. Step 2 is we need to figure out whether to use sharps or flats, figure out whether it's a major or minor third. Until then, just stick with the letter names. Learn to recognize the letter names in a heartbeat. Learn to count them forwards, backwards, sideways, upside down while you're doing a headstand, while you're shopping for milk. I don't know. But make sure you can just rattle these off in your head. It's gonna be important. How do I know that? Because I've been playing longer than you have. Trust me. Alright, later.